It's time once again for a powerful mix of fitness, focus, and philosophy. Philosophy? That's right. Kick back and get ready for your host. Wisdom keeps her fit mentally, squats keep her fit and fine physically. Yes, I said fine. Tune in and prepare to challenge your body and your mind with Professor Kristen Hester. You'll think better, you'll live smartly, and all thanks to Kristen teaching us right now how to squat wisely. And now here's Professor Kristen Hester.
Hello and welcome once again. Today the focus is going to be passion. Passion. We hear this talk about what is your passion? Finding your passion. And for some people, it is a bit of a chore to even reflect on. Hopefully, after you take in this episode today, you'll have a different perspective and a completely different approach to discovering your passion, your understanding of passion. All thanks to the guest that will be on the show for today. She is a best-selling author. She is very popular and resonates with a lot of women, especially women who have a very philosophical perspective on life. Of course, her reading audience is not limited to women. A lot of people enjoy and appreciate her work. I think after you gain some insight and wisdom from her on today, you may very well become a fan if you are new to her writing and new to her work in general. So guys, please stay tuned. And after the break, I'll be right back with my guest for today.
Get a world-class motivational speaker to your next event. Kristen Hester offers professional speaking services in Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond. To hire Kristen, visit www.kristenspeaks.com. Kristen.
Guys, thank you for listening to the Squat Wisely podcast. Today, I am excited to welcome the best-selling author of the book, Warrior Goddess Training. She goes by the name of HeatherAsh Amara. She actually has a new release that we're going to dive into shortly, and I am honored to welcome her to the show today. Welcome.
Thanks, Kristen. Great to be here with you.
I am honored to have you here. For the people who are completely new to HeatherAsh Amara, give us some brief insight on who you are and tell us a little bit about your story.
I was raised in Southeast Asia, so I had a little bit of an interesting background. I moved around a ton as a kid. And when I came to the United States to go to college, I felt really disconnected. I was like, what is up with these people in this place? And I felt that I was disconnected and the people around me were disconnected. And I got into politics really big for a couple of years and then realized that wasn't quite what I was looking for because I realized I was angry. All my friends were angry and nothing was really changing, it felt like. So that's when I started studying different spiritual traditions. And I was really blessed to have some just amazing teachers on my journey. Vicky Noble, and then my last teacher was Don Miguel Ruiz, who wrote the Four Agreements. So I've always been a writer, and it was about, I think I was in my mid-30s when I finally thought, okay, I have enough experience now and enough practice to actually write a book.
Awesome. And speaking of book, I want to really dive into your recent release, Awaken Your Inner Fire, Ignite Your Passion, Find Your Purpose, and create the life that you love. Passion is one of those things that a lot of people struggle with. They struggle with trying to identify what is their purpose in life, what is their passion. And often we think it has to be one big thing or one specific thing. From you, I would love to know your insight on, is it one thing or is discovering our passion and purpose a lifelong pursuit?
It's definitely a lifelong pursuit. And I see a lot of people that suffer because they feel like, I don't know what my purpose is. So one of the things that I invite us to do is to find what I call is our true work. And this can change. But your true work is a word. It's a quality that you're working to embody. And that it's connected to your purpose. It's connected to your passion. And your true work might be love. It might be compassion. It might be presence. It might be, sometimes I say it could be the word banana, but if you know what that means, then you're good. But your true work is something you can do anywhere. So you can do it at the job, whatever job you have. You can do it with your family. You can do it when you're picking up dog poo in the backyard. It's a quality you're working to embody. And what I found is that when we figure out what our true work is, and it's super simple, you don't have to get it right. You just need to pick a word that feels like, I like this quality and I want to learn to embody it. So it's not a quality you already know how to do. It's something that you're going to practice over your entire lifetime. That then everything we do that has meaning, it has purpose, because we can use then anything that arises in our life to practice our true work.
Definitely. You know, one of the things that's so awesome about some of the reviews, I'm one of those people, I do read reviews before I buy books. And most of the reviews I've read on your books, I mean, life changer, game changer, touch my soul, fed my soul, before it becomes a gift to the readers. I'm sure every book you create is a gift to you first. For Awaken Your Inner Fire, what was the gift for you?
Oh my gosh, it's so true. I wrote that book when I had started a center in Berkeley. I had written my first book. I was training teachers that were teaching all over the world. So all my dreams were coming true, and I realized I was completely stressed out. My team was stressed out. Things were falling apart. And I was like, wait a minute, what is wrong? And I realized that I had some really old agreements around work and what it meant to work, and around self-worth, and around productivity, and around staying busy. And so I took a couple of years off and just really explored where were the places that I was carrying bad habits that I'd learned from the culture, from my family, from myself, that really weren't serving me in my life, and especially around work. And a lot of, especially in America, like America was founded on what's called the Protestant work ethic, which is if you work and work and work and work and work, maybe you'll go to heaven. And so even though I wasn't raised in the States, even though my family didn't raise me religiously, that feeling sense is in there. We've really linked work with self-worth, and they're not really connected. And so as I started untangling a lot of these agreements, I started finding that my life got a lot simpler, that I had more space, and that I had a lot more joy with whatever I was doing instead of just keeping busy.
Yes, and I love what you said about how we connect our self-worth to work, because when people think about passion and purpose, often they do try to attach that to work and career. And for some people, their purpose and their passion, it may not be something that produces wealth or income or something that they can thrive off of. And so they may settle for a job and really forget about their passion because of their perception of what passion is all about. What is your take on that?
I so agree with you, Kristen, that what you're passionate about doesn't necessarily have to be what you're making money at. You may have a job that pays the bills, that you can show up with, that is really serving you, it's really functioning, and then do your passion outside of that. Find whatever that is, and it might be volunteering, it might be doing sports, it might be flower, it could be anything. That then the way that we gear our life is to have incredible gratitude for whatever job is supporting us financially. But our passion is what then lights our heart up. And we make sure that we create the time for that.
Definitely. So tell the listeners more about your books, any upcoming appearances. What do you have in the works right now?
I have a event that's coming up next year, which I'm really excited about. It's in the Phoenix area. And it's a one-day workshop that has a fire walk at the end. And one of my big passions is fire walking, which is a beautiful way to change limiting belief systems. And what we do is we build a huge fire, we burn it down to coals, and then I know I love the faces, people are like, what? And then I literally teach people how to walk across hot coals without getting burned. And it's an incredible expander, because you realize, wait a minute, if I can do this, where else in my life have I been limiting myself? It changes people's lives overnight. It's a really beautiful process. So that is happening in Phoenix. I think it's January 6th. And then I have another reclaim and a fire walk on March 10th in Austin.
Awesome. And do most people usually go to retailers like Barnes & Noble, Amazon, or do they sometimes buy books directly from you?
They can buy books from Amazon, from independent booksellers, from Barnes & Noble, and also one of the best places is through my publisher, which is called Hierophant Publishing. And he offers some great specials of like packages of the book for a big discount. So there's lots of holiday sales happening right now too.
Very nice. Well, we are Squat Wisely. And so on Squat Wisely, I ask every person that comes on to close us out with a wise quote. It can be your own wise quote or a quote from someone else, but just let us know that quote and what makes it profound.
I love that. So one of my favorite quotes is, "The sun never says to the earth, 'You owe me.' Imagine a love like that. It lights the whole sky." And that's a Hafiz quote. And I love that quote because we are so blessed by so much in our life, and it's easy to forget that. But to remember the blessing of the sun shining, of the earth, of the trees, of the people in our lives. And that when we hold that place of gratitude and not demanding that we get anything back, but to just love fiercely our lives, our experiences, even the difficult ones, the people, the life around us, then we come into so much more joy in our life.
Beautiful. And I fiercely love this interview. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and just the gift of wisdom you've offered the listeners and all of your readers who sing your praises all over.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for what you do and the passion you bring to it, and have a beautiful holiday season.
That was the lovely and wise HeatherAsh Amara. Definitely check her out. Her book will probably be a great book for the new year. Her Awaken-Your-Inner-Fire talks about tapping into your passion. And some of us, we try to reflect on our new life, our new us. What do they say? New year, new me mentality. So with the new year right around the corner, her book could be a game changer for your life. I really hope you enjoyed the insight that she shared on today. And I hope you enjoyed the episode in general. As always, you are encouraged to like the Squat Wisely Facebook page. All you got to do is search Squat Wisely and you can like our page from there. You can also subscribe to the podcast to check out this episode again and past episodes as well. Just go to iTunes and search Squat Wisely and you can subscribe there. You can also search for episodes on Stitcher and iHeartRadio. Just search for Squat Wisely and it will come right up, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I'll be back next time, of course, to do it all over again.
Jordis A1 Solutions has a fitness solution just for you. For your personal training needs, we serve clients who reside in Atlanta, Georgia, and nearby cities. We also help clients to achieve their goals online as well. To inquire, visit Jordis.com. Jordis is Jortis.
Your ears have been listening to the insightful Squat Wisely podcast with Kristen Hester. Kristen is a fitness professional, philosophy professor, and powerful motivational speaker in Atlanta, Georgia. Each week, she delivers wisdom that will inspire and enlighten you to lead a mentally and physically fit lifestyle. Be sure to tune in next time for another dose of much-needed wisdom for the body and the mind.